take number 12. Hi, FSync here, and today I want to show something I call a mall to LTN to drone bridge. What the hell does that mean? Well, if we look at my save right here, I've built this one about 2 years ago. I've built this system that allows me to tackle the following problem. I didn't want drones to be able to leave the cells, right? So I'd want to have a coverage of their own cell, and then the rest of the distance should be logistics should be covered by rails. So let's say we have this cell over here. I could go over to a live demonstration because this will take some time. Let's just say we want to copy a few things. Like let's say we've got these sorters over here. Right, then we want to build a sorter cell. Theoretically speaking, we want to build it.
Data transmitted.
Yes, that was
Structure kit manufactured.
That was the logic here, telling me that it just found that it needs to build something, which is done by a GhostScanner. This combinator right here, which is a mod, which scans ghosts within a logistics network or a robot network. So I just scan these ghosts, and the inputs is obviously going through a lot of combinators here, but that's just to be able to differentiate what's going on, so I can put audible alerts to it and have logic going on to the bottom right. So obviously the GhostScanner input will end up inside the input of the logistics train stop input, so it knows it needs these items. And in the meantime, a train has been dispatched and went to the mall and is currently being fed the exact delivery what it needs through this combinator here. So the way how this system works, obviously, is when a train comes over here, the request of the train is being fed into the decider combinator. Obviously, I sanitize some of these inputs so the mall doesn't feed into itself, and then it ends up to these active actually, no, it ends up in this requester warehouse. So this warehouse gets a request. The only problem is that these drones that are flying over here, they carry stacks, and sometimes you don't want entire stacks of items to arrive at your base, because as you will see over here, this train just arrived. This train needed a specific amount of ore sorting facilities and crushers and so forth, which is just building right now.
Structure completed.
So it just let us know that the construction is done. Like, there's nothing, no more ghosts over here, and the delivery was made. So right now, this cell's not really doing anything, as it lets me know through these red signals, and the other train we just had is being dispatched. So I didn't really get time to finish explaining what was going on over here. As you can see, the mall is already. I have to wait the save, of course. The mall's already rebuilding all the sorters that I've just used to build in the other cell. As you can see, it does the basic request necessities. So, this station knows exactly everything that is in this cell, right? And this cell obviously builds all the buildings I have throughout the entire save, so I don't have to manually go anywhere. I just need to build cells, and I can just copy and paste blueprints from a distance. So, to finish it up, whenever a train comes by here, it needs an exact amount, right? And the exact amount is being fed into these combinators until it comes into this one. Actually, I want to display how it looks. So I'll just copy and paste this one more time. I can just copy and paste it over. It's not really going to be functional. Let's let this one scan.
Data transmitted.
All right, and it's obviously gonna find the train now. LTN's being fed the information, and it should get a train going. It could be that it's still building the sorters that we've already constructed over here.
Structure kit manufactured.
A train could be scheduled. So as you can see here, this train is now on its way, and it needs well, you can see these numbers. And then I'll have a look at this mall again, so you can see it in action. So this train's now requesting all these items, and as you can see, these inserters are already prepared with a filter, and it's just one specific item, and it loads perfectly. Well, it still needs a few items, and as you can see here, this is the total request that this train wants. Okay, right, it wants 6 inserters, 11 poles, and so forth, and it does this request one by one, and the reason for this is that I want to be able to dictate how many inserters I need to load the trains in order to do a perfect delivery. So as you can see over here, it makes sure that the train is filled completely, and any excessive items are being fed into the mall again. So the train's now on its way here, and obviously we don't need to measure what it has in the train because we know the delivery is precise. So it should show up and unload the train here, feed it into the storage. And as long as there are ghosts here, there won't be any train coming to pick it up over here. Right, it's a perfect delivery. Train didn't have more items than it needed.
Structure completed.
I keep putting emphasis on the precise deliveries, but I'm not sure if I explained yet why. So these drones that I'm using over here, they all carry stacks, right? And obviously, you don't really want stack. You want a precise amount. So because otherwise, if you use LTN, the train will end up with more items in its cargo than the cells needing and requesting. So that stuff will end up back into my depots. That's something you want to, prevent from happening. So we're on to the last bit. Obviously, if I've got a cell I no longer need, I can always just destroy these things.
Structure disabled.
Obviously, it knows. And where I was going to, if the cell doesn't know it has any ghosts, and there are still items in the storage warehouse, a train will be scheduled to come pick it up and feed it back into the mall or a buffer cell. This one is already in a buffer cell, so it will probably end up in a buffer cell. And this is where I put overflows and anything that's actively requested or provided in here. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'm not very good at making videos as far as I'm concerned, but I hope this has been a very cool thing to watch.